rallies today, 5 rallies tomorrow, sprinting all the way to the finish. He never quits. He never backs down. He's a fighter. He's a winner. And until very recently, it seemed like he was out there fighting all on his own. But now this movement is coming together. Florida is coming together. America's coming together. We're going to make Donald Trump the next president of the United States of America. You know, I truly do believe my running mate, Donald Trump, literally embodies the American spirit. Strong, freedom-loving, independent, and willing to fight every single day for what he believes in. And he's going to fight all the way to the White House come this next Tuesday. You sure saw that in all those presidential debates, didn't you? I was there in Las Vegas when he beat Hillary Clinton hands down in that debate. You know, we had a little debate of our own up in Farmville, Virginia, in the vice presidential race the other day. I want to apologize. We're running a few minutes late. We stopped to get some coffee, and Senator Tim Kaine called and interrupted me 10 times. So thanks for getting that joke. The truth is, some people think I won that debate in Farmville, Virginia, and I'm very humbled by that. I'm very humbled. Thank you. But I'll tell you what, from where I was sitting, Donald Trump won that debate. Donald Trump's brand of leadership won that debate, and Donald Trump's vision to make America great again is going to win all the way to the White House. And you know, it's not like it's exactly been a fair fight out there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I get up every morning, Jeff, since I joined this campaign, I get up every morning. It's like I got to turn on the television with a stick. You know, I never know what's going to be on there, you know. I mean, it's like a lot of people in the national media have been out there doing half of Hillary Clinton's work for her every day. It's like it's been 2-on-1 out there, right? It's like the Gators had to go out there and play every game on the road, right? Against hometown teams and hometown refs. But just like with them, it's amazing. Donald Trump is still winning hearts and minds every single day. And we're going to win all the way to the White House. But I'll tell you that media slant was pretty evident about a week and a half ago. Remember all that coverage about how this race was all but over? Remember? I was watching some of those TV shows, and I mean, Hillary Clinton was naming cabinet officials, and it's like she was measuring curtains in the Oval Office, and then the American people showed up. And I don't think you in Florida were fooled for 1 second, and you all know this race is on. It is wheel to wheel. All across Florida, we're leading in national polls, and we're going to sprint to the finish and take the checkered flag when the polls close on Election Day. You know, Hillary Clinton may have the media, she may have the money, she may have the special interests on her side, but Donald Trump and I got a little something more powerful. We got a basket of the American people who are saying enough is enough. And we're going to make America great again. You know, it really is amazing. I think more people every day are coming to realize this election is not so much a choice between two people, it's a choice between two futures. Am I right? So let me tell you where I stand. I choose a stronger America. I choose a more prosperous America. I choose an America that cherishes and upholds the highest liberties enshrined in the Constitution of the United States. So I choose to stand with Donald Trump and every American who knows we can make America great again. And I really do believe I really do believe that the American people have had enough. You know, we've had enough of the failed status quo in Washington, D.C., and we've had enough of the fast and loose ethics of the Clintons, haven't we? I mean, it's almost hard to keep up with. It's almost hard to keep up with if you think about it. So here, let me try and catch you up. So while she was Secretary of State in charge of all the foreign policy of the United States over here she had a private family foundation that was taking millions of dollars in contributions from foreign governments. Okay? I mean, we just found out a couple days ago, her campaign confirmed that she took $1 million for that foundation from Qatar and didn't properly reveal that to the State Department as she'd committed to. Now, in between those two things, she had this private server to apparently keep all of what was going on out of the public reach, I guess. And when it was found out that she had a private server when she was Secretary of State, she used high technology and hammers to try and get rid of all that stuff. You know, the truth of the matter is, a lot of us were frustrated last summer when the FBI found they said they found that she had classified information on that private server, but they concluded that she was just extremely careless and decided not to proceed with anything. But as you all heard about a week ago, the FBI sent the congressman and Capitol Hill word that they'd come across new pertinent evidence, and the FBI has reopened the investigation into Hillary Clinton's private email server. It's a very serious matter. We commend the FBI. We commend the FBI for keeping their word to the Congress and the American people. We do. Because here in America, no one is above the law. I'm confident that they'll handle the investigation in a timely and a professional manner. But as we wait for more information to come to light, let's talk about what we already know. Okay? The truth is a force of nature, and despite their best efforts to keep it out of the public hands, this information has been coming out. And we ought to talk about it with our neighbors and friends in the next 2 days. I mean, you start out with the fact that so there was a dozen companies that gave big contributions to the Clinton Foundation at the exact same time they were lobbying the State Department. And the lobbyists they were using were raising money for the Clinton campaign for president. We found out that even though she said it never happened, when that terrible, terrible earthquake happened in Haiti back in 2010, that aides to Secretary of State Clinton actually said that friends of the Clintons should be flagged for business to rebuild Haiti, and everybody else could just go to the website. Am I right? In fact, we just learned this morning from the New York Post that Hillary Clinton had her maid print out government emails and classified documents at her home in Washington, D.C. You know, the media is even calling it a circle of personal enrichment, where major contributions would be given to their foundation, then contracts with Bill Clinton in the millions of dollars for personal income. You know, let me just say, if only for their decades of self-dealing, the politics of personal enrichment, pay-to-play, and outright corruption, men and women of Florida, we just have to do everything we can to make sure that Hillary Clinton is never elected president of the United States of America. The American people are sick and tired of pay-to-play politics, and it's exactly the kind of politics that's going to come to an end the day that Donald Trump becomes president of the United States. Because Donald Trump's got a plan. Donald Trump's got a plan. It's a 5-part plan to fundamentally reform the revolving door between our various branches of government and the lobbying community in Washington, D.C. We're going to work with a newly re-elected Congress. We're going to work with your new congressman, Congressman Neil Dunn. You're going to send to Washington, D.C. We're going to pass fundamental ethics reform, and we're going to drain the swamp. You know, The truth is that with all of that as a backdrop, the truth is that this election's about even a lot bigger things than their small ethics. And the time I have with you today before I wing off to North Carolina, then New Hampshire, then Minnesota. We need to talk about those big things, okay? And they have to do with our national security. They have to do with our prosperity. And they have to do with the Supreme Court of the United States of America. Man, we got to talk about it. We got to talk about this stuff. First off, on national security. Despite traveling millions of miles as our Secretary of State, it's undeniable. The world is more dangerous today than the day that Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama took over our nation's foreign policy. Our allies are less secure. Our enemies are more emboldened. I mean, truth is, 7.5 years of the foreign policy, of the architect of which was Hillary Clinton, of leading from behind, of moving red lines, of feigning resets with Russia and paying ransom to terror-sponsoring states, is emblematic of a weak and feckless foreign leadership that has emboldened our adversaries around the world. Let me make you a promise. When Donald Trump is president of the United States, we won't be paying ransom to terrorist-sponsoring states. They'll be paying a price if they threaten or detain American citizens. But it was Hillary Clinton. It was Hillary Clinton who initiated that disastrous agreement with the radical mullahs in Iran. Congressman Miller, remember this. We worked shoulder to shoulder together when I was in the Congress. We passed on a bipartisan basis the most punitive sanctions on any country in history. Economic sanctions that isolated Iran. Here was the deal. They would never come off until Iran permanently abandoned their ambition to have a usable nuclear weapon. This administration managed to cut a deal. They not only got ransom, $150 billion, but all we got was a delay in the nuclear ambitions of the leading state sponsor of terrorism. It was Hillary Clinton who failed to negotiate what's called a status of forces agreement with the sovereign government of Iraq, so that when all the American forces had to come out of Iraq by the end of 2012,